Welcome to week 3, the growth of Methodism. The Methodist movement, begun by John Wesley, was never intended to be its own denomination, its own church. It was meant to be an evangelical movement within the Anglican Church, the Episcopal Church, the Church of England. But things didn't turn out that way. What was it about Methodism that made it grow? Do you know in the United States today there are more United Methodist churches than McDonald's? There are more United Methodist churches than post offices. Why did the Methodist Church expand the way it did? Well, during the Revolution, most of the Anglican priests remained loyal to the crown. And so at the end of the Revolution, there was a dearth of clergy, but the Methodists were able to expand. Wesley sent Thomas Coke and Francis Asbury to be superintendent ministers to organize the work, the ministry, the life of the Methodists in the new United States. And in 1784, the Christmas conference in Baltimore, Maryland, what had been a group became its own denomination in its own right, the Methodist Episcopal Church. They were able to appoint and to ordain clergy to move out at the same pace as settlers were expanding into the continent. The Methodists were tree stump preachers. They didn't need cathedrals. They didn't need churches. The only thing they needed was for people to gather around and for them to offer the grace of God. John Wesley had 3 simple rules. Do no harm, do good, and be attentive to the ordinances of God. And the bands, the classes got together to help each other to do no harm, to do good, and to gather around the ordinances of God. That was the project. And that was the blessing of gathering together with like spirits, the like-minded people, where other staid denominations, where they weren't able to take advantage of the expanding frontier, the Methodist itinerant preachers were ready to go, ready to be involved in people's lives where they were, right there and right then. The Methodists were just ordinary people, helping one another to live out their faith and grow in God. They were, and they are, passionate about their simple faith, the sharing of it with others through preaching and sharing and service together. First, we have to understand that as a community, we share in a mission that's bigger than any of our individual opinions or desires. So we start with recognizing the importance of the vision, the mission, and the team as a whole. This attitude requires that we trust one another, but it also requires that we speak truthfully to one another. It's about doing what we can to help all of us reach the goal of faithful discipleship. Well, there you are. Look at your workbooks and be ready to go. And when we meet, we'll talk more about the growth of the Methodist Church. Goodbye for now.